Done?
Yeah.
Okay. Srujan, are you able to record session? Do you find any button there? Record this meeting. Hello? Srujan?
Yes, yes.
Okay, have you started recording?
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay. Are you able to see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. See guys, what we started yesterday is we started with the class, okay? The properties like customer, and I defined some properties like ID, customer ID, first name, last name, address, balance, right? And I have defined two methods called read customer method, which will read the data into the properties, and there is another method called show customer, which will print the properties, values of the properties, right? And in the other program, I have written a main method where I created object for the customer class, and I call those properties like read customer and show customer, which will print me the details, right?
Yeah.
See, we got the answer. Customer ID is 100. Customer first name is Sachin, last name is Sachin. Why it is being repeated? Its first name is statement written 2 times, right? Right. So ID 100, first name Sachin, last name Tendulkar, and the address is balance is 9,999. Okay. So this is a simple concept we started yesterday, right? And we'll continue with the same. See guys, in this program, what exactly I wanted to do is I want to add one more object, right? If I want to add one more object, how can I add the one more object? That is the question. Okay, let me create one more package for this. New package day dot 6 customer demo, right?
Yeah.
Right. Right. So if I create one more object and I call those methods once again, see object, the first object is object 1, the second object will be object 2, and object 1 dot read customer, object 2 dot show, object 1 dot show
One.
customer. Object 2 again I have created, just a moment. So I have created customer 2 object and I'm calling with customer 2 same methods, read customer and the customer to show customer. So what output you are expecting? Same output or any different output? Same output, right?
Yeah.
Twice it will be repeated. Okay, no? It will
Yeah.
be repeated twice. Why? Because every object is calling the same method and this method gives only these particular values, right? For every object it is inserting the same values, right? Because
Yeah.
the values are hard coded inside the program. So if any object calls these methods, that will filled with the same values, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the concept. So that's why we are unable to process the different values for different objects. So when you are dealing with the multiple objects, it's better option that you use parameterized function, parameterized method. See, don't hard code the values here. You give the choice to the objects to send the different values. That is my concept. How it is possible. So you don't directly give the values here. You receive the parameters. You receive the parameters. Integer ID, okay, and string first name, string last name, string address, and double balance, right? You receive all the parameters from outside, and these parameters you put it inside the existing property. ID, first name, last name, address, and balance, right? So this ID will be stored into this ID. This is the local variables which I declare to receive the values from outside, and these are the instance variables which will be available inside object, right? So
Yeah.
to initialize the variables, instance variables, I am using local variables. But unfortunately both the names are same, right? I used both the names are same. So can I insert the ID, which is a local variable value, inside the instance variable? Is there any difference do you find in between these two variables?
No.
No.
The
I don't think so it will work. Let us see. See now, okay, the question is how you will pass the values to these local variables. So while calling read customer, you pass the value 100, first value, Sachin, second value, Tendulkar, third value, address now, third one,
yeah.
door number is 10 dash 10 dash 1,
No, I think the balance.
comma,
I think it should be the balance. The third one.
no, no, last
I
one is
did
the
just.
balance.
Oh, okay.
And what else you have? 10 10 1 and
West Mumbai something.
West Mumbai, West and then Mumbai. Okay. Then balance. And similarly, you give another property 101, comma, Rahul, comma, Dravid, comma, 20 dash 20 dash 1, comma, Gachibowli, comma, Hyderabad. Hello, Srujan.
Yes.
Yeah. See, you create two different objects, but while calling read customer method, you have a choice of giving different values to each object. For read customer 1, I am passing Sachin details. For the customer 2, I am passing Rahul Dravid, right? So different values I can store for each object, and these values will be stored into these temporary variables, and they will be passed to the instance variables ID. But if you print, you don't get the answer. You get all null values. Why?
You need to specify which is instance variable and which is local variable.
Yeah, because the
This
compiler is unable to differentiate between instance variable and a local variable. Both are local variable here. So we need to differentiate it. So how you will do that?
this dot.
Either you go with the different names, or see, I don't want to compromise with the names. I want to use the same name in the local also. Then better choice is I'll use a keyword called this here. This automatically differentiate the local variable with the instance variable. This means what? Current object. So this is objects variable. This is a normal local variable. So you are filling the value coming into the local variable into objects instance variable. This every time you specify this. Right? Now let us run. You see 100 Sachin Tendulkar, you got all the values, right? Is it clear now?
Yes.
Right. So in this way you can pass the different values at the time of calling read method, and the read method should be prepared with the parameters, method with the parameters, right? And
Yeah.
those parameters you receive and you insert into instance variable. Then it is possible. If you create one more object, you can have the choice of passing new values. Done? In this way, you can pass different values to different objects.
So we can create any number of
Any number of objects. Any number of objects. But each object, you can pass the different values.
okay.
Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Surujan, are you able to listen to me?
Yes.
Okay. Any
Sir,
issue in the internet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, tell me
I
guys.
have a doubt.
Yeah, ask me.
So in my program, I used parseInt to change from string to integer, sir. Hello.
Okay, okay. Why
Yeah.
use
So
%?
I don't know that I can create multiple objects, so I took arrays and
No, don't
done
do
it.
that much. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you later. How can we read multiple objects at runtime also?
Yeah. So when I declared, I
Hmm.
mean integer I, and when I gave string like 1.0,
Mm-hmm.
so the parseInt it is not converting it to int. It is throwing me some
But
error.
I told you na that program was not correct. Whatever you did, it's not correct.
But
See
it's
what you did.
when we enter one, it is directly changing to integer like one.
In command line arguments you're talking.
No, I used import scanner to enter the.
Then why do we go for integer.parseInt if you are using scanner class? What is the need? There are different methods now. For integer there is a next int method. For string there is a next method. For double there is a next double method. Then why should we go for parser again?
So parser it should be used only for command line arguments.
Command line, it's not required also because we don't use command line arguments. This only for just to have a knowledge about that. Okay, I'll tell you later. Okay, no problem.
So so
Okay,
that's why
we'll
it's,
discuss.
so when I
Yeah,
declare
here it is not required. Here it is not required.
okay, sir.
Here it is not required. It's very simple concept. You take the very simple concept to understand.
Okay.
Right? I'll
Yeah.
also give that scanner class definitions in the next class also. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Here only you have restricted your program for 2 or 3 objects, right? You can't add multiple objects at runtime, right?
Yeah.
That will do. We'll do later.
Okay.
No problem. Okay. Any issues here, Chandra?
No, sir.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, okay. Now we'll introduce a new concept called constructor. Okay. You know what is constructor?
Yeah. Yes.
What is
The same class name, public class.
right? Why do we need constructor? See, guys, what we are doing. In this case, I am creating object and I am calling read method to initialize the object, right? In one line, I am creating object, and in another line, I am calling the read method. Two lines of code I am taking to create one object with the values, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can reduce into one line. Understood?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That I can reduce into one line. How? See, instead of using read method, I can write a construct. Write public. Don't write void anything, and use the name of the class customer and the same parameters. Constructor means the method with the right, not return any value. There should not be even void in constructor. Why I will tell you. Okay. But at present you see that there is a constructor. It is not a method. It is a constructor. Constructor is a special method which automatically invokes when an object is created. Whenever you create an object, the constructor is called automatically. That is the behavior of the constructor. Does the method will automatically call? You need to call it.
We need to call it.
Right. Until and unless you call the method, it will not be invoked, right? But constructor is not like that. Constructor is automatically invoked. See, I'll copy these all things here. So now I can either go for read method or I can go for constructor. So let us see the difference between these two. See, I'll comment over read method here. I'm disabling. See, these values I can directly pass at the time of object creation. These values I can directly pass at the time of object creation. So, customer object is created along with properties. In one line of code, everything is completed. Customer object with values. Customer object with values. That's it. No need of any read method call separate. Now you see, if you print it, you will get the same result. Done? So that is the advantage of constructor. So at the time of object creation itself, you can call the constructor. Constructor automatically will be called. Are you invoking the constructor somewhere?
No.
Yeah, are you invoking the constructor somewhere? Do you call constructor?
No, sir.
Or automatically it is being called?
It is calling automatically.
Right. That is the power of constructor. So do you find the difference between constructor and normal method now? Or any issues? Chandra?
No, sir.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
See, the same thing we can do with the method also, that's no problem. But unnecessarily we need to repeat one more statement, right?
Yeah.
But still there is a drawback in constructor that it will call only at the time of object creation. You can't explicitly call the constructor, right?
Yeah.
But for initializing an object, better practice you go with the constructors only. Parameterized constructor. That is called as parameterized constructors. Done? Is it clear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, sir.
So constructor is a special method which automatically invokes when object is created, and constructor does not return any value, not even void. You should not even put void. See, in the method the difference is you compulsorily specify the void here before the name of, and in the constructor you don't specify anything because it is not going to return any values. We can pass parameters to the constructor, right? Constructors are two types. One, default constructor. Second one is parameterized constructor. So these are the simple rules. And okay, constructor name must be the same of its class name, right? These are the simple rules you have to follow. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
For creating object, we'll prefer constructor, right? Hello, Vivek?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, for creating object, we prefer constructor instead of methods, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I never use read method, read customer method. Just I used to tell you that why exactly the methods are required. I'll comment it, right?
Yeah.
Disabled it. So constructor for creating an object to initialize the parameters. Okay. At the same time while object is creating, and default constructor means what? Parameter without parameterized constructor. You can also write another constructor called customer without parameters. This is called as default constructor or zero parameterized constructor. Right? Or we can call it as zero parameter constructor. Empty. Any doubts here, guys?
No, sir.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So there is no use for default constructor, right, sir?
see,
So
we
we
don't
won't.
use. I'll tell you why the default constructor better. Let's take one simple class person. right? Private into age private string name private double salary, right? I have not written. See, I want to write a constructor with default values. Public person class name, no?
Yeah.
And age equals to 0 default values. Name equals to null. Salary equals to 0.0.
0.
Double kada.
Yeah.
Right. So these are the default values I have stored using default constructor. Default means when you declare there is no default value, right? Garbage
Yes.
value. So I can replace the garbage values with some default values. Suppose if you are not giving any proper value, better you should keep in default values. Public void display. I'm writing a display method. So age plus age. So control shift, control space bar, and name plus name. So salary, salary, right? Oh. Then I'll create object for person class. Person equals to new
Person.
person. Person dot display. What output you are expecting here?
0 null and 0.0.
Yes, because you have specified null values. Done?
Yeah.
Hmm. So what is
So
new? Hmm.
so what if there is no any constructor, default constructor?
Hmm.
The same
Hmm.
values will.
If I remove this,
Yeah.
we'll get the same values. That's why it is called as default constructor. Means what? The same constructor which you have created now will be created by the compiler itself. That's why in Java, the declared variables does not contain garbage values. Whenever you print them, you will get the normal values. So who is inserting these values inside those properties? Automatically, this constructor is created by the compiler to initialize the properties. If you create any constructor, compiler does not involve. If you don't create any constructors, then compiler automatically creates. Understand?
Okay.
So that's why the name of this constructor is what? Default constructor, automatically created by the compiler. Understand?
Yeah. Okay.
The compiler which is created by the the constructor which is created by the compiler, that is called as default constructor. Defaultly it is created. See, I have shown just to tell you that this is the default constructor, but it's not necessary that you create it. Even you don't create, the same result is coming. What does it mean? Even if you don't create this, also you are getting the same result. Means the same constructor is also prepared by internally compiler, right?
Yeah.
That's why it is known as default constructor. Default constructor. Which is created by the compiler, right? Constructor is zero parameterized or default constructor. The second one is parameterized constructor that we use, we create.
Yes, sir.
Any issues?
Yes.
Chandra?
No, sir.
Not clear? Chandra?
Yeah, sir.
No issue?
No issue.
Okay, okay. Right. So, Vivek, is it clear now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Whatever you have done is different from my program.
Yeah, yes.
Is it clear now? How? See, don't create arrays if you want 2 or 3 people of properties. See, properties are same, right?
Yeah.
Only create multiple objects. And we will also create array of objects that we'll see later in the classes, okay?
Okay, sir.
Right. Mm.
So suppose if we use import scanner, can
No, I'll tell
we?
you.
Uh,
I will tell you about scanner in the next sessions. No problem.
yeah.
We'll
Uh,
implement the scanner class also.
yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Sure, I'll tell you. Don't worry. Hmm?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's prepare one application in the next sessions. I'll tell you at that time. Just practice. These are the basic things which are most important for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to stop, guys, today. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Let's continue tomorrow because mm, Mr.
Yes.
Srujan is new for us, and let's give some time to practice him. Okay? And we'll share with him tomorrow. And one thing, Chandra, can you share me the videos
Yeah, sir. I've
through
already
Google Drive?
uploaded. I've already
Yeah,
uploaded everything.
yeah.
I
Can you
will help
share
you with
me
this one
so that
also.
I can forward it to Srujan? He will go through that.
Okay, sir.
Hmm?
Okay, sir.
Okay, videos from the beginning, whatever you have, you just share it to me. I will forward it to him.
Okay, sir.
He'll go through that, right? So just go through this program. You want me to send a project, or you will go through the video and continue this program? It's a small program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through this. See, this will become very large. Slowly, slowly. You just go through from the basics. Okay, I will apply all these things to same project. Okay, it's very interesting case study. It will become, right?
Yeah.
Go through this. Right, guys.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay.